In today's lecture, we are going to discuss types of leveling operations. These methods we can use for various types of operations. Now, first, simple leveling. Here, the simple leveling is used to determine level difference between 2 points. Suppose there are 2 points, that is, this is point A, this is point B, and we can find out the this level difference between these 2 points just by simply setting level midway between these 2 points, that is point A and B. We can find out the level difference between points A and B. This process of setting level midway between any 2 points to calculate its level difference is called simple leveling. So in simple leveling, if we have to determine level difference between any 2 points A and B, we will set up level midway between these 2 points. Suppose this is point O, and we will take the staff readings at A and station B, and we will calculate this level difference between these 2 points. That is, we calculate the staff difference between these 2 points. Suppose the reading at A is S1 and reading at B is S2 staff reading. So level difference between points A and B will simply determined by S1 minus S2. Then next method is differential leveling, or it is also called as compound or continuous leveling. So this is adapted when 2 points are at a far distance at a far distance away from each other, or level difference between 2 points is too high, and when there is an obstacle between 2 points. Okay, suppose there are 2 points. Let us consider there are 2 points. This is point A and this is point B. These 2 points are at a far distance from each other, or there may be obstacle between them, or there may be high level difference between 2 points. So how do we do this differential leveling, or it is also called as compound leveling? Here we set up level at number of places, as it is not possible to take reading just by, as we have done in simple leveling, that by setting leveling midway between them and taking difference. In this case, we can go for number of simple leveling, that we can set the instrument at number of location to take the difference at various points. Suppose this is point A, this is point B, and we have to determine level difference between these 2 points A and B. Then we set up level at some location here. Suppose this is O1. Then we will set the stop at some points at random point P1 in such a way that this distance of level is nearly same from both 2 points, from both of these points. That is, O1 is nearly midway between this point A1 and P1. Then we will calculate. Then we will calculate level difference between these 2 points just by subtracting start reading of next point from previous point. Then again we select some new location for our instrument, and again we set up again one stop at some point P2. Again we set up level at some another point. Again we will set up stop at some new location, and here let this point be with the P3. Again we select some new location and we'll set the stop there at that location, and we'll take the level difference between these 2 points. Okay, so what we are doing, we are taking the multiple points. We are setting our instrument at number of points, and we are taking readings at each setup. That is, here in this setup backside reading, and then foresight reading. Again backside, again foresight, backside, foresight. Again here backside, and again here foresight. Means we, what we have to do, we have to take the difference of level between these 2 points A and B. So we are taking some points in midway. We don't need we don't have to do anything. What is the RL of P3 point, P2, P1? We just need the level difference point A and B. So We determine the level difference between A and B just by taking the level difference from between point A P1, point P1 P2, point P2 P3, and point P3 and B. And after summing up, we finally get the level difference between point A and B. Level difference between point A and B. If this difference, this level difference, between A and B, if it is positive, if this difference is positive, what it shows that point is at A is at lower elevation, lower elevation than B. Okay, if this level difference between A and B is positive, what it indicates? It indicates that point A is at lower elevation than point B. Why? If reading is coming positive, means what we are doing, we are subtracting next reading from previous reading. When we will get the positive value? When previous reading value is high. If previous reading value is high, means suppose if we are taking, this is our level and we are taking difference between these 2 points. So here we are taking, suppose this top reading is A1, this top reading is B1. Okay, so here by observing you can see that A1 reading A1 is higher than reading B1. When we subtract A1 minus B1, that value is coming to be positive. Okay, means what it indicates? This point is at lower elevation than this point. Okay, so when we are getting level difference is positive, what that indicates? That first point, that is our A point, is at a lower elevation compared to the point B. And if it is negative, vice versa. If it is negative, then we can say that point A is at higher elevation than point B. When it will come negative? When suppose this is the condition, if this is the level, this is point B, this is point A. Here we subtract the stop reading at A, stop reading at B from stop reading at A. Suppose this is A1, this is B1. Here you can observe that reading at A1 is less and reading at B1 is more. So whenever we subtract A1 minus B1, we will get the negative value. What it indicates? That point A is at higher elevation than point B. Okay. So here in compound leveling, we used to calculate level difference between these successive points, that is P1, P2, P2, P3, P3B, and after summing up, we will get the level difference between point A and B. If it is positive, then point is at lower elevation and at compared to point B, and if it is negative, then point is at higher elevation than compared to the point B. Here, one thing we can observe here, we are only taking backside and foresight reading, because what is our aim? We have to determine the level difference between this point A and B. If we get the level difference, if we know the RL of point A, if we know the RL of A, if we know, then we can calculate the RL of B. Thus, in differential leveling, we can determine the RL of any other point B, from the, if we know the RL of point A. So, next is Ply leveling. Ply leveling is nothing but a differential leveling, which is used to know the RL of any starting point of alignment. Suppose we are doing some work here. Suppose there is any alignment of a road, and we, for doing leveling of this alignment, suppose this is our alignment, that is alignment of road A, B, B, C, C, D, and D. This is our alignment of road, and we have to find the undulations of ground for this project. So for that we need the RL of first point of this project, that is, suppose this is our starting point of the project A, and our benchmark is at some distance here, our benchmark is here at some other point. So here, so to know the RL of the starting point of the alignment, we will do Ply leveling. So what is Ply leveling? Ply leveling is nothing but the differential leveling done to find the RL of starting point of any alignment of the road or starting point of any project. See here, this is our point. So here, this is the benchmark we know, and we have to connect this benchmark to this point. Means we have to find out the RL of this point. So we have to find out the level difference between these 2 points. To know this level difference, we have to do differential leveling. So the fly leveling is nothing but the differential leveling, to which purpose of which is to find the RL of any new point. Okay, so here what we'll do, we'll see here, we'll set level at some point L1, and this is, suppose this is the point. If we connect this to the alignment, and then we'll find out the RL of different points. Then again we set up level at some new position here L2. Then again we find out here RL of the this point, or level difference between these 2 points, and again this is, suppose this is last point L3. So we can set up level at different locations such as L1, L2, L3, and finally we'll determine the level difference between these 2 points, so that we can determine, this is benchmark, the RL of this point is known, so we can find out the RL of. म्हणजे आपल्याला एखादा नवीन प्रोजेक्ट करायचा आहे, नवीन प्रोजेक्टच्या स्टार्टिंग पॉईंटचा जर हा स्टार्टिंग पॉईंट आहे, तर आपल्याला हा जो नवीन प्रोजेक्ट आहे याचा अंडुलेशनचा ग्राउंड डिटरमाइन करायचा आहे. त्याचं ग्राउंड, त्यासाठी आपल्याला काय पाहिजे, स्टार्टिंग पॉईंट ऑफ अलाइनमेंट, जिथे आपण काम करून राहिलो त्या स्टार्टिंग पॉईंटची आरएल पाहिजे. ती आरएल काढायसाठी आपण काय करतो, डिफरन्शियल लेवलिंग यूज करतो. डिफरन्शियल लेवलिंग म्हणजे काय करतो, आपल्याला जो आपला दोन पॉईंट आहे बेंचमार्क कुठेतरी दूर असेल, तर त्या बेंचमार्क पासून आपण काय करतो, त्या बेंचमार्कला हा पॉईंट कनेक्ट करतो. म्हणजे त्या बेंचमार्क पासून आपण काय करतो, फ्लाय लेवलिंग करतो. फ्लाय लेवलिंग also we are taking only here backside and foresight readings, backside and foresight readings, because our ultimate aim is to determine the level difference between these 2 points to find out the RL of new point. So here also we are doing we are only taking backside and foresight readings. So this operation is called fly leveling. In some situations, fly leveling is also done to determine, to connect the RL of any intermediate point of the alignment. This is suppose alignment, and this is any intermediate point. We can select B, C, D. To check the accuracy of the work, we can do fly leveling. So fly leveling is also done to check the accuracy at any intermediate point during the leveling operation. Fly leveling, in fly leveling we only take backside and foresight reading. Okay, we never take intermediate side readings in the fly leveling. We take only backside and foresight reading. Okay, then next is longitudinal or profile leveling. In any engineering project, let it be the road, railway, we need to know the undulations of the ground along that alignment. Suppose if there is any alignment of road, if we select there is any alignment like this, so this is the alignment of a road. That is, alignment means we can say that it is the center line of a road. We have to construct some new road. First, what we do, we mark the center line of the road on the ground. Then, what we need to know how is the nature of this ground. Whatever the alignment we have suggested for the road, here what we need how is the nature of the ground along this alignment. Go like this. If the road, if nature of the ground is this, then we won't construct road like this. Okay, we select some alignment, some level, and we'll follow that RL throughout the road. In this longitudinal or profile leveling, we will find out the undulations of center line of the road. This is our center line of the road. This is the road. So here we will take the levels at some interval, maybe at changes 20 meter, 40 meter, 60 meter along the road, and we'll set some level at some point here, like here, this, and we'll take the readings at some fixed interval. Okay, so here we'll set level at some point and we'll take these readings. Okay, from one point. Then again we shift level at some new location, let it be some L2, and here also at some fixed location we take the RL of various point along this alignment, along this center line of the road. Okay, by this position of the level. Again which you take new location. So here we take backside reading, foresight reading, and also intermediate side readings. So all these are intermediate side readings. Okay, because here we have to find the RL at some regular interval. So by one setup of instrument, number of points we can cover, we take the number of readings from the single point only. If after some readings, if we are unable to take reading, then only we shift the reading. So here in longitudinal leveling, we take both all readings, intermediate side, foresight, and backside readings. Okay. So what is need of this? By taking this reading, we can know the nature of the ground. Suppose point A, B, this is BC, this is CD, and we got the RL of different points of this. Okay, let this be the point P1, P2, P3, and let it be point P. So by doing longitudinal leveling, we come to know RL at various points. There is a distance of 20 meter in our alignment. Let this RL of this point, let be it is 100 point A. RL of this point is 99. Then RL of this point is 98. Suppose RL of this point is again 99 and this point is 97. We got this different RL at this point. So by knowing this, we can draw a graph. We can draw this section, longitudinal section of this road. Suppose this is our alignment AB, and we know this reading we are taken at a 20 meter. So this is our 0, 20, 40, 60, like that 20, 40, 60, and then suppose this our last change is 80. Along this line, this is point A, this is point B, and these are the points P1, P2, P3. And by leveling work, we have determined the RL of these all points. So we will prepare one graph here. Here we can consider here as this point as a 96 RL, this as a 97, this as a 98, then 99, and again 100. Okay, so we can draw here the alignment of the this ground. Here we can say point A. This point A has RL 100. Point B has RL. Point P1 has RL 99. Then point P2 has RL 98. So here it is 98. P2 98. P3 is 99. P3 is again 99. And P4 is 97. Sorry, P4, that is B. B is 97. So by joining this, we come to know how is the profile of the ground along this center line AB. Okay, so by using this, we can calculate earthwork required for any road of activity. We need to count earthwork, how much is cutting quantity, how much is filling quantity. So by here, this can be used to select the profile for the road. This longitudinal leveling, in longitudinal profile leveling, we come to know the nature of the ground along the center line of the road. Okay. Suppose this is the road, this is our road. Okay, and this is center line of our road. So in profile leveling, in longitudinal leveling or profile leveling, we come to know profile along the center line of the road. Then again, what we need, we have in longitudinal leveling, we got the profile along the center line of the road. But is it like that? These points also of the road will follow the same profile? No. So what we need? We need to find out how is the road undulation, how is the nature of the ground along this section of the road also. This section of the road. How is the property along profile along these sections of the road? Means will this point follow this profile only? No. You can observe many ground. The ground is not always plane. So though we got the profile on the center line is like this, will all these points along this line will follow the same RL? No, it will change along cross in this cross section also, because this is longitudinal section, this is cross section perpendicular to the longitudinal section. So suppose if longitudinal section may the ground will be the plane. Okay. Suppose at some point maybe the longitudinal section ground will be the plane, but the cross section may not be plane. Along cross section, the nature of ground may be undulated. Because suppose this point is at a distance of 15 meter from center line, this at a 15 meter from the center line. Then will this 30-meter path will be in the same profile? No, there will be also change in profile. So we need to know profile of the ground along this cross section also. Okay, that is perpendicular. This is longitudinal section, and perpendicular to this longitudinal there is a cross section. These are different cross sections. So to know this profile of the ground perpendicular to the longitudinal direction, that is in cross section, we use cross section leveling. What we use? We use the cross section leveling. So in cross section leveling, we will determine the nature of the ground along the cross sections. Suppose this is 20 meter, 40 meter, 60 meter, 80 meter, 100 meter, 120 meter, like that. Along that point, we can determine the nature of the ground at various cross section. So here also we again, this is suppose 15 meter, again we can divide it as a 5, 10, 15, again in this way 5, 5, 10, 15, and we'll find out this RL at this is center line from 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15. Okay, from 5 left 15 meter from the center line, and right 15 meter from the center line. In the same manner, we can suppose we will do leveling here also in cross section leveling. Again, we'll set level at some point, and we'll take the RL. Suppose this point L1, and we'll take the RL of all these points. Then again, for this section, we can take levels at different points from this position L1. Then we'll set up level at some new location, and we will find out the levels at some regular interval in the cross section, regular interval cross section, and we can again plot that cross sectional profile. Let us consider this first this 20 meter change line. Suppose this is 20 meter change line. We consider this is 0 of 20 meter. This is 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15. Here also we calculate the RL, and then suppose the RL of this point is 99, this point is 100, this point is again 99, this point may be 98, 97, again suppose 97.5, like that we got the RL along this cross section. So again we can plot this cross section. So left 5 here starting from 97, suppose this is 97, 98, 99 and 100. These are the, so here for 0, suppose there is a at 0 there may be some RL 98.5. So this is 0 point. Here RL is 98.5. This is this point. Again at left 5 there is a RL of 99. This is 99. So left 5 RL is 99. Again left 100, left 10. Left in RL is 100. So here this is the point of RL 100. Then at left 15 again there is RL 99. Again then we'll consider right. right 5, 10, 15. At right 5, RL is 98. At right 10, RL is 97. And at RL 15, it is 97.5. So here again, we can get the profile along cross section. Okay. So just I have explained how this is used. So by using RL, we can plot the graph. This is nothing but simple graph. These are point you can say is 97, 98, 98, 100, and you all are familiar with the graph. And we can plot just a graph of this, so that we can get the profile of the ground. How this is used in practice. This is longitudinal profile, means how our alignment we have selected, how this alignment, how is the nature of that alignment. Here we got the alignment along center line for this AB by longitudinal leveling. Here when this is not along the center line, but this cross section means perpendicular to the longitudinal section, it won't follow the same profile as the center line. Nature of ground may be any way. So we have to take this how it is, how the nature of ground along cross section. So we will take some cross sections and we will find out RL at that cross section also at a regular intervals like 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15. And after finding RL of that points, we can again plot the profile along this cross section. This is for cross section and this is for longitudinal section. We can get idea about the nature of the ground and we can calculate the various quantities of earthwork. Now next is check leveling. Its names suggest it is used for checking. So if suppose we are doing any longitudinal leveling, this is our suppose alignment of a road A, B, C, D, and this is our starting point, starting of the day's work. If we are starting point A is starting point, if we have started for a day and we are doing here longitudinal leveling, and we have reached to the point at the end of day. We have started leveling from point A at the start of day and we have reached to the point D at the end of day. So here we will add up check leveling at the end of day to connect this end point to the starting point to check the accuracy of the work, and we will follow different path. Suppose we have done leveling by this path, so check leveling we will do by another path. Okay, so we'll select number of points here like L1 level and we'll take back foresight and backside readings at different points with some positions of the staffs. Here also we'll follow only, we'll take only backside and foresight reading. Again we'll set level at some new location L2. Again here we'll set level at some new location L2. Again we'll take here backside. Again at some point P2 we'll take foresight reading. Okay, again we'll select the new position of the level L3 and again we'll take backside here and again foresight at the end point. So by that we will get the level of this point, starting point. Okay, what we are doing here, we are doing again fly leveling only. That because we have fly leveling, we are just taking backside and foresight reading, and we have to determine the RL of the starting point with respect to end point. Suppose we have done, we have started leveling from point A. With the level of E, we got 99 point. Level of A was 99.00, and at the end of day, we got the RL of point D. D is 110 meter. Okay, so at the end of day, we have to check if whatever the RL we have find out along the longitudinal leveling along this center line of the road are correct or not. So whatever the end point RL we got, from that taking now reference as a 110, we will find out the RL of this starting point, and it should come as a 99.0 if our work is correct. Okay, so this is nothing but the check leveling, that it is done at the end of the day to check the accuracy of the work. And what we do, we will connect endpoint to the starting point in that to check the accuracy of the work.